There you go. There you go. Good.
It's like it's too high up or some shit. Hey, Square, what's happening? What's happening?
What's going on, people?
Bring it down. Knock it over. You're gonna break it.
Hold it back.
You're gonna break it.
I'm not gonna break it.
You're gonna freaking break it.
I'm gonna tamper with it.
You gonna tamper with it?
That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, hold it tight. I'm gonna tilt it down a little.
Hold up.
I think that's it.
That's it? Nah.
Look a little high on
There's a solution.
What's the solution, baby?
There's a solution. There's always a solution. What about there?
Oh, that's us.
That's
we
us?
in there. Ooh, we in there. What's up, y'all? What's up? We was too high for folk. Y'all's all up in our neck regions, man.
Yeah, you know.
It's all up in the neck regions.
Counting the gray hairs up in my head, man. That's
ain't go through all that now.
little too high up.
Sad too.
Yeah, we adjusting the optics for y'all, man. You know.
That's all.
We appreciate y'all even take the time to look at our asses, but try at least make it balanced so you don't get dizzy looking in the camera. What's up, Facebook family?
What's up, y'all?
It's your man, Big Rye.
You know what I'm saying? Your homie Tank 2-0.
Tank 2-0. Doing our thing for TBT Radio tonight. Had a long day, bro, man. You know, working up in my job that we name nameless. But you know, no free plugs off me, man.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
right. Like y'all ain't gonna get in because I got y'all in.
But you know, it's
shout outs.
You know, you at your job, you know, you got to deal with people, and you realize how you deal with folks in a professional manner takes a little more tact than what you would do in a casual sense. You know what I mean?
I agree.
So, you know, a couple of things I think about, man. You know, which to me, I mean, kind of ties into our topic, man. You know, and I feel like when you're dealing in certain situations, you have to have a proper protocol or course of action. You know what I mean? When you're dealing with folk, and especially those that we put into positions of authority like law enforcement, I feel like they should be held accountable on a higher standard than what we do with regular people, because their job's not regular. You know? Yeah,
that's one of those jobs, like Chris Rock said. That's one of those jobs. Loophole for it. Mm-hmm. It's always a way around why it's okay. You know what I mean? And then you look at it, different ethnic groups are held at a different standard as far as like patience and understanding, as far as just minor dealings. Like it's been times, you know, I done drove past, I done see the cops just because they looking. I was like, "What's up?" This wave, and they look at me, they looking
shocks the shit out of me.
Or I get to look up, "Why the fuck you talking to me?" You got my man.
We back.
Bang, bang.
Peace. What's happening, people?
That was the little interlude. My little sound. That was our little interlude commercial.
That was a little elevator music in the back.
You
know what I mean? Peace, Yusuf. Peace, Prof. Peace, Sister Abdullah.
But what we're saying is, back to what we were saying. Point is, man, when they look at us, you know, sometimes it's approached with caution. You know what I'm saying? To approach with conscience. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we are.
You know what I mean? And it's funny because it comes out like that. You see little situations transpire, and you wonder why people feel a certain type of way. You know what I mean? Like it's a reason why people feel a certain type of way. You know what I mean? So
because the track record of those that we say are here to protect and serve us it lacks something to be desired.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
It ain't no protecting the servant going around there.
I mean,
You know what I'm saying?
let's
protecting your interests.
Let's keep it real, man. I don't see how an 11-year-old child. I don't care what the kid did.
Tell them about it just in case they don't even know what we're speaking on.
I hope y'all familiar with the situation with 11-year-old Danisha Gowdy down in Cincinnati.
Backyard, y'all.
Who was stopped at a Kroger's in Cincinnati for being accused for shoplifting by Officer Kevin Brown. At the time, I guess Kevin Brown approached the young lady, and I guess he observed her sticking candy bars or whatnot into her backpack. And when he approached her to attempt to try and thwart the shoplifting, she walked away from him. He didn't like her response to his authority, and responded with sending 750,000 volts
in her back,
up her back. She was
walking away, y'all.
Walking away.
She
was taken to the hospital, treated for her injuries, and then released into her parental custody. But then subsequently, at the time, charged with shoplifting and obstructing official business. As of yesterday, the charges were dropped. But
let's take a pause.
Yeah,
the charges was what again? Say that again. The charges was what?
They were dropped.
Oh.
They were dropped, but
and it's because the mayor felt what?
He felt guilty.
Yeah.
Let's keep it real. I mean,
the mayor was like, what he said. He said, first off, before we even get into what the mayor said, they have a policy, y'all.
Oh God.
From the age 7 to 70, you can get tased. That's their policy.
7 to 70.
So now look, if you 71, you good, and if you 6, you good. So just make sure you don't be fooling around between, you know what I'm saying,
you gotta
those
show
ages right there.
Your
you know
ID.
Right.
Before you get to cutting up.
You can shoot me, but you can't tase me.
You know. You know what I mean?
Because they say nothing.
You know, before they put the cables on, you know what I'm saying? You gotta, I'm too old for this shit.
I ain't valid.
You know
what I'm saying? But that's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Peace. What up, sister?
7 to 70, y'all. And what's so funny is the mayor felt shitty about it. He's like, man, okay, you know, granted she was stealing. You know what I'm saying? Put the payday back, little mama. You was doing too much. You know what I'm saying? However, he was like he said, that's excessive force for petty shoplifting.
Mind you, the officer conveniently, his body cam, he was off duty, freelancing as security.
And anyway.
You know what I mean?
So he picked up some extra hours anyway, man.
You know, straight up. His body cam conveniently wasn't on.
Say it again.
His body cam conveniently
y'all.
Wasn't on.
Click.
And we got another story to add to that. We're gonna get to it. You know what I'm saying? I don't remember the brother's name, but we're gonna get to that one too. But they dropped the charges, I believe, strictly because they were afraid of a lawsuit.
That still could come.
That's still coming.
That still could come.
Dropping the charges.
You trying to save face. You trying to save face, man. Let's just call it a spade.
We're trying to clean up the optics on this situation.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? If my Uncle Harp's still watching, you know what I'm saying? Like I said this morning, man, trying to reverse the optics. You know what I mean? They're trying to turn it around. To try and clean it up so that they don't look bad in this clearly blown opportunity.
But can I ask you a question? How do you clean or change around a dirty lens? Because just because I switch it, that don't take the dirt away.
They pulling a Pontius Pilate. I'm washing my hands of the situation.
Well, you can Pontius your pilots all you want to. That plane's still crashing, Jack. You understand what I'm saying?
And we're laughing.
You can't do that.
We laughing, and I want y'all to understand. Yeah, you know, sometimes we laugh to mask our complete shock of things. You
and
know
sometimes
what I mean?
you gotta laugh at it.
You can't make this up.
I don't even want to call this shit ignorant. You know what I'm saying?
It's savage.
You gotta laugh at the stupidity.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And like my old man always say, one of the sayings down south, they always say, you know, cut your nose off to spite your face.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's like hate is so strong within certain individuals that they'll take from themselves,
right,
just so you won't have.
Right.
And even if and what it is we're supposed to be living in the time, we're supposed to be working in a time where we're supposed to come together as men and women and say, you know what, you would feel we would be in enough time to where in 2010 when we come to a point where we say, you know what's enough is enough.
Right.
Okay, this shit's gone too far. We've seen the killings. We've seen the unjustified murders.
Mm-hmm. We've
seen the things that, okay, we understand the man was doing wrong, but at the same time, he still shouldn't have been killed, especially being that we have videotape. But their white counterparts who doing shit that's even more heinous and still are treated with a little bit more, with more gentleness. You know what I'm saying? So it's funny because you get in the mindset of like, man, really? You really, what I think is be like, really, motherfucker? That's just what you think. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, really? Because it's no way that you can look at certain situations and say, that's okay. You know what I'm saying? No matter the situation. It's one thing for me to come up and do this to you.
Right.
And it's another thing for me to just come over and overhand and just punch.
I thought you were going to do it.
Oh, no, I'm like, reality TV at its best. But you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
You can't, don't get me wrong. At the end of the day, wrong is wrong. We get that. You know what I'm saying? But let's not specify the wrongs when the ball's in your court, and then when it's in my court, that like it's always a turnover.
But see, that's, you know what I mean? That's the new thing, bro. We are now in what they call class warfare. Because you have so many negative images that are placed on us as a people, stigmatisms, criminal connotations on so many of us, we start to fall into the category of, well, if you commit a crime, you ain't shit.
You ain't shit, right?
And it's to the point now that because there's so much negative media out, we have to be able to stand on the side of those who are being vilified in the situation. Right. And y'all do it, we've all done it. But I've seen us all do it on this Facebook. It'll be something so simple as, because somebody out here telling the business, I heard so-and-so did this. Then you get 100 comments of, he ain't shit. I hope they whoop his ass in jail. I hope they do this, You know what I'm saying? I got peoples for him. Then the next day you find out, oh, it wasn't him. But yesterday, he was a piece of shit.
But you know what that comes from? That comes down with, it's like when people pass away or someone get killed or whatever. People always need someone to blame. Mm-hmm. When you have someone to blame, you feel like you have closure.
Coping syndrome.
Like, I blame this or blame that. But see, the thing is, I don't want to be y'all's closure. You understand what I'm saying?
Don't turn me into a whooping
I'm cool on that. You see what I'm saying? That's not how that's supposed to work.
And the reason why you can't turn this into a whooping post, man, us as people, period. All right, I'm put it like this: people, period. Society in general is already under so many different microscopes, under so many different heavy scrutinies that any crime is made bigger than what it is. Any problem is made bigger than what it is. So many people sit back and watch reality TV and watch celebrities and try to find out, oh, Kanye said he'd sleep with Kim's sisters. Like, why do you even care? Like,
but why not? Because they want to be. Oh, that's what it is.
Exactly.
That's what it is.
We can't wait to judge. And I just feel like, and there's a lot of people out here that have a different viewpoint than myself. I've engaged and conversed with some of y'all on this very topic, and I guess I feel like this. Because of the stigma that's surrounded, first off, she's an 11-year-old minority child. Okay, how much condemning can we really do to an 11-year-old kid? Because let's all keep it real. Every last one of us watching has stolen a candy bar out of a store at some point in time.
You better say
so. I think to have the mind frame of, well, if you wouldn't have did the dirt, you wouldn't have caught the work. I think that's really, it's not that you can't be that sweeping of a judge. You can't make that sweeping of a judgment on this. It's not fair.
See, I slightly disagree, but I understand your point. Mm-hmm. And the only reason I slightly disagree is because whenever you walk inside the mouth of the lion, mm-hmm. if he bites down, then that's your ass.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? The problem is like, just the magnification of how the consequence. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? her consequence is magnified. You know what I mean? And to me, it's like I said, it goes to the point of like, where's the judgment? Where's the tact when it comes? Why is it always combative with us? Where's the tact?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But it also points a finger at like, look, man, you got to watch what y'all doing out here. You see what I'm saying? Like, and it's funny because the littlest thing can cause you to lose your life.
Right.
The littlest thing, it doesn't cause you to get yelled at. It doesn't cause you to get a whooping. No, you lose your life. You can possibly lose your life. You can have something happen. Like crime is, but say what if her body wasn't able to take that type of shit?
Exactly.
And the boss made her go into cardiac arrest.
Exactly.
See, this is what I'm saying. So, and I'm not, once again, nowhere near my justifying with Kevin Brown, correct?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Nowhere in my justifying KB with the punk ass.
KB.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
King bitch.
Cold bum. You know what I'm saying? So
now,
but the point is, what I'm saying, it's just I guess when I say that, I say it in the sense of the awareness of what we have to make sure that we are constantly got our minds on. That's why I say that, because it's an issue, man. You know what I mean? Like you just said, you better perform with. Who hasn't stole something as a kid? Majority of people as a kid, like you said, 50% we coming up, and that's being nice. They'll probably grab some candy, took right. You know what I'm saying, some gum. You did something because you were just on some whatever shit. But it didn't mean you're supposed to get destroyed. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's fair. But like I said, we got to be. I think it's wrong when people use that base. This is what I think is wrong when people use that. I think they wrong when they say that when they trying to justify the force. When if you use that argument to justify the force, then that's bullshit. But if you use it to say, hey man, you know they tripping, stop doing that dumbass shit. You know what I'm saying? That's to me they're kind of different. You know what I mean?
I feel
because people always use it as their way to justify, like when someone gets shot. Well, he had this going on, or he had that, or this. That don't justify him getting shot. You know what I'm saying? But because he was in the quote criminal act, or
he was already
exactly.
His character was already assassinated.
Exactly, and he's looked at as a threat because a white murderer and a black murderer standing there. You looking at both of them. The white dude could have tattoos and shit all on his face, and the black dude could be sitting there clean cut as shit. But because he's black, he's still looked at as worse the threat than the white guy. That's just how it is. It ain't nothing personal. Well, I take that back. It is personal. That's just how it go, though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. That's why I said we got to be conscious of the situation we get ourselves in. You know what I mean? And it ain't always easy, but it happened.
Hey, what's up, Thomas? I hear you, bro. I think that's what we doing. At the same time, it's like this here. You know, we're
appreciate that, Thomas.
You know, we are a community. And that's why, you know, we come to this round table. Well, actually, this table right here is square.
A little bit.
But, that's you know what I'm saying?
That's so we can fist people catty.
You know, we on the square here. You know what I'm saying? You about to snap it. But we
can't say it was good carpentry.
You know what I mean? We all bring topics like this to the table to have these kind of talks, and we try our best to interact with y'all when y'all comment in the thread. Yeah, we do have an agenda or a program as we're going through the show. But we do also try to make sure that we holler at y'all so that y'all know that our dialogue, we're talking to y'all, you know what I mean?
Right.
First and foremost. But you're right, man. Hey, you know, it's a Saturday night, fam. I mean, you know, everybody trying to get loose. I got to get up and go to work tomorrow. So it's a little, you know, it's a little different. But I will, back on topic, there's one level I'm going to have to slightly disagree with you on. I do agree when you're speaking about when you have your hand in the lion's mouth, but the lion is not the ringmaster. The lion is an employed servant of the people, as it's told to us. And I think the problem.
You speaking
as far as the police when
your metaphor and see, I wasn't speaking on the police. I was speaking as far as a whole, as a whole, everything.
Okay.
That's what I was speaking. I wasn't speaking as far. I see what you're saying.
Okay.
You're talking about as far as the police. I see where you're coming from.
Right.
And I think that's a valuable point. But I'm speaking as a whole because of the conscious outlook.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because of the outlook.
Things as a whole.
Being that the outlook for us is worse, then that means everything is worse. You see what I'm saying?
I agree with that.
And that's the reason why I say that.
I agree with that.
And you know what I mean? That's the standpoint I'm coming from on that.
You know, my thing is that when you start looking at things like, you know, these 13th Amendment laws and, you know, how quick we're slapped with felonies that once you have one, you're a second class individual. You know what I'm saying? You're automatically seen as your human rights are automatically devalued.
Right.
And I think that a lot of people that defend situations like what happened with young Miss Gowdy, they fail to realize that on another side of the tracks, the fact that a person has a criminal record means nothing.
Nothing at all.
Like, case in point, the Affluenza team, Ethan Couch. You know,
this dude, that
for those of y'all that aren't completely or don't remember completely, he basically went on a reckless driving spree, a chain freak accident that killed 4 passengers and drivers and 3 other cars, injured another 9, paralyzed another one permanently, critically injuring them. Was sentenced to 5 years. He caught 4 bodies.
No. What they did was, I got to interrupt you for a second. What happened was this: the Joker got.
Oh, he got probation.
No. He got. What happened was this: is what he did. He got caught an hour before the incident. He got caught on the camera an hour before the incident, stealing 2 cases of beer from Walmart.
He should have got tased.
An hour later, yeah, he should have. An hour later, he's driving down. It's called Burleson Road. It's a 2-lane highway. It's a 40-mile-an-hour designation. This Joker going 70. What he did was he hit a lady named by Brianna Mitchell. Her SUV was on the side stall.
Okay.
And a lady by the name of Holly Boyles and Shelby Boyles, and a man by the name of Brandon Jennings were on the side helping her out as her vehicle was stalled. When he come around, his car ends up flipping over. It tumbles over. It hits the Miss Mitchell's car. Her car ended up hitting Jennings' car. His car ends up hitting the Volkswagen Beetle that comes on, and dude's truck ends up turning hitting a tree. Now, he had 7 people in his car because he was in a Ford F-350. So he had.
I see you, chill. Will. I'm gonna get to you in a minute.
He had 7 people in his car. One of them got paralyzed. The lady and her daughter passed away. The youth pastor passed away, and the lady who's called Miss Mitchell, she passed away. So what ended up happening was they all go to court, and when they go to court, the judge, they have a guy come in, a doctor come in and testify to say that because of affluenza, it's a reason to say that he didn't know, because his parents had told him that money gives him privilege. It made him feel like that he was unaware of his actions. So what they ended up doing was, because he was 16 at the time, what they ended up doing was this: they gave the man 10 years probation with. But he had to go to a long-term intern patient facility for intoxication and all that good shit. But that was till he was grown.
Right, he wasn't with the shit.
So therefore, what they did was, now you just killed 4 people and injured 9, and you got 10 years probation. So what he did was, he was like, well, shit, he's still under mindset, like, shit, I'm good.
Right.
So the Joker ended up getting caught on camera playing beer pong,
pouring up,
which is an automatic violation of parole.
He violated his parole on camera.
He find out he and his mama slide. They get caught over in Mexico.
Puerto Vallarta.
Hey,
not
Vallarta.
Hey, so look, and mind y'all, that's a real nice area.
I'm talking about. I pulled up.
They ain't go slumming it, yo.
Listen, man, I pulled up the pictures, man, because I wanted to see the resort. Immaculate, man. Now, but check this out. Before they get into 10 years, you know what they were trying to do for him before he got to 10 years? They were trying to send him to an institute that his parents would have had to. It cost $450,000 to be there. They got basketball, swimming, and all this stuff. They were gonna send him there for his punishment, but they ended up declining that. But anyway, so what happens was,
I'm gonna have to get to his comment too.
I got it. But so what happened was, they end up taking the man. He ended up getting since he violated probation. What they did was they ended up getting him back from Mexico. They brought him back to America. He ended up getting 180 days for each person that he killed. So he ended up doing a maximum of 2 years.
They were only worth 180 days.
180 days for each person that he killed.
Vehicular homicide, typically.
Yeah, but he was charged with intoxicated manslaughter and 2 counts of aggravated assault. But remember, 7 people was in his car.
Right.
And 4 people died, and it was 2 kids that was inside the car of that dude Jennings' car when that car got, and the people that's in the Volkswagen lived too. So out of all them, he got 2 years for killing 4 people and injuring 7 and paralyzing 1 and breaking his parole. And all they got was 2 years. He just got out in April of this year. Now this is what he get after taking a life, after doing all this, and people wonder why we feel a certain type of way when certain things happen. You said, come on, man, 180 days, a dead body is worth 6 months.
Hey, I been chilling, bro. Good to see you, man. You know, and you know, it's a classic story though, man. I mean, you know, when you're looking at we hollered at Chill. Hey, well, I didn't get the full details. I saw basically a lot of posts on Facebook about what went down. I think over here, like around off Lovers Lane in Inman. I don't know the whole story. I actually went to work all day today, so I didn't catch all the 411. I guess as you said, yeah, I guess said he was the brother was running from the police and got fired on. I don't know the details. I'm not dismissing it. I'm not standing on either side of it. I don't have enough information to comment. But I will say, you know, it's getting crazy out here this summer. We have to be mindful of our interactions out here in the city, especially at this time of year. For some reason, I don't know what it is. Well, I do know what it is. It's the oxygen, the vitamin D stimulates and activates everybody's serotonin. So everybody becomes a lot more hyperactive, hypersensitive, high energy. And if you're in a mind state of struggling, you're in a mind, you got bills, you got problems, you got relationship problems, you got your own personal life. I think everybody's walking around with their hearts on their sleeve, and the heat on top of it makes it a lot more easy for something to blow. So all I can say is, man, you gotta chill, man. You got to chill, like EPMD, man. You got to chill.
Ain't no excuse for this.
Nah, ain't no excuses, bro.
Fuck
nah, ain't no excuses.
All that scientific shit sound good, but you niggas tripping.
They
shit sound good.
They tripping.
He just made it sound good that y'all tripping. You niggas tripping.
I ain't make it sound good.
Yeah, it's cool though.
What I'm saying is all the more reason why people have to be self-aware. On the other side of that, as far as the rally, I don't even know who's actually rallying down in D.C., man. I think you're talking about the what got off and 2 accomplices facing life. Well, you know, again, man, and this is what people got to understand, white and black, because this is a perfect opportunity for us to have this kind of conversation. One group of people have never had to deal with the things that another group of people have had to deal with. Most middle American mom's apple pie, born and bred in the USA, white people see police officers as protectors. They see them in the neighborhood, they stop and they talk to them, they wave, they say hi, how's your mom doing, yada, 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 yada. They know them, they went to school with them, they played football with them in high school. They're good kids, and they grew up to be servants of their community. And then the other side, every time they've seen the police, we'll take the example of Miss Gowdy here. At 11 years old, her first impression of a police officer is he sent 750,000 votes up her ass. So it's hard to put the mind frame of trusting the police into a side of people that are always seen as who the police are after. Now, am I saying that some of these situations, you getting what's coming to you? Breaking the law is breaking the law. You out here selling drugs, you out here dropping bodies, you out here kicking in stores, kick door status, you doing home invasions, you catching domestic violences, you robbing folks. It's a matter of time. I don't have a whole lot of sympathy for that, because you're reaping what you sow. You're causing chaos in your community, chaos is gonna come to you. But on the other side of that, for those people that their impression is to be feared or to fear the police, it's hard to have this conversation of you see it one way and they see it the other, and not not be forced to realize that neither one of you may be wrong at that point. You see what I'm saying? But the problem is that in the meantime, a life gets taken, a life gets changed. Someone does 10 years, someone does 20 years, someone's entire family now has to suffer the consequences of one police officer being too angry that day. You know what I mean? You know. Okay.
I don't know.
I'm not even hip, bro. You have to send me a link on that one so I can actually even catch the whole story on it. But I'm taking it that you read it. So hey, and we know it happens like that. It's all about who you know. I mean, let's keep it real. Let's go back to George Zimmerman. What a lot of people don't realize, it wasn't just the fact that he was a white guy in a rich Florida town. It was the fact that his father was a retired district court judge. So it's who you know. But
that always helps.
You know, it's all about who you know.
I mean, I feel you. Like I say, it's just that even though I do agree we got a bad look at the police and shit, man. We do. And I'm
not gonna say it's not justified. I'm not gonna say it's not justified. It's not justified
because of some of the shit we done dealt with them. You know what I'm saying? I just think when we use those things, we got to make sure we use the proper examples and shit. See, with her, right? She was in the wrong, but it's fucked up what happened. So when we say, you know what I'm saying? So it's a thin line on that shit, man. And it's a touchy situation because see, like you say, because when you say as far as not having sympathy for the guys that do the shit to the community and whatever. But you know what I'm saying? Shit starts small. You know what I'm saying? So we can't say we got patience, but don't have patience for this, but got patience for that. And when the police, because when niggas in the street doing wrong, nigga, the police do them fucked up too.
Now, mind you, I used a sweeping example.
No, I understand. But the only reason I say that, this is why I'm saying this. Because, you know, whenever we get them type of examples, we got to make sure that we ain't giving a motherfucker no room to try to cream that shit. Okay. You see what I'm saying? When somebody in, you know what I'm saying? I got you. When you look at the comments,
I got you. Yeah, somebody's gonna take them away.
No. I'm talking about the comments of the comments of when situations happen. Mm-hmm. No matter what the situation, people always gravitate. You're gonna have 50-50 going.
They're gonna see what they want to see out of it.
And 50 gonna gravitate to this side.
So what I'm gonna say here is this. All right, the criminal element has existed as long as there has been a capital element. Okay. Just as valid as the country legally making money has also been the justification of someone illegally making money. The Teamsters, the Mafia, the mob, all of that was a necessary evil in order to validate the government itself. So one need the other. So I'm not sitting here putting it like that. But there was a time when people had a code. There was a time where certain neighborhoods you didn't hustle in. There was a time when
it's never been a code for us. It's always been. You know what I'm saying? But see, you know what I'm saying? It's always been when it comes to them motherfuckers. It ain't never been no goddamn code.
Wait. Now I gotta correct you on that because
I'm talking about the police, brother. It's always been fucked up.
Wait. As of now, no. There were more situations. We'll go back. And I'm going off the folklore and the stories of my uncles and the OGs that came decades and whatnot or so before me. Okay? You had cops that had rather shot the fair one with you. They said, you whoop my ass, you walk. I get you taking these cuffs. You had cops that walked the beat. You had cops that came to certain neighborhoods.
That was sprinkled.
But I'm saying, yeah, it was way smaller. But even that had an impact on a lot of these people, man. Even that had an impact on how people looked at, especially people of color that were in law enforcement.
I don't think black people's. I think black people's always had an issue with the police. I don't think even with those.
I'm not saying they never had an issue.
But I'm saying even with those few sprinkled in that you're speaking on, I still don't feel like that's enough for.
No, it's not.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying when I said it ain't never been no code for us. This is what I'm saying. So I hear where you coming from, but it ain't never been no code for us. Flat the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? From when you look at from sentencing, that when a person get caught doing shit that. So I don't know. I mean, I just feel like look, this is my look at it. This is a tank fact. When you put yourself in the middle, when you put yourself in a situation, man, you gotta deal with come with that shit. Flat the fuck out. And some of that shit is not gonna be fair. Some of that shit gonna be wrong. And sometimes I feel like, well, damn, this is my only situation. Like this is, I feel like this all I got.
So this is my question, not to you, but to y'all. What do we start doing about the fact that our 11-year-old kids are being tased in stores? That you send your child out into the world on a menial mission. Hey, go to the store, go get a loaf of bread, and you're gambling with their safety, not just from the criminal element around them, but even the law enforcement element. What are we going to do about the fact that that's the way it is? You see what I'm saying? You know, what are we going to do about constantly accepting that that's y'all and this is us? Y'all got all the toys, y'all got all the rules, y'all got all the laws, and we keep getting creamed. We can't just keep going. Well, we got to learn how to duck better. We got to learn how to weave better. We got to learn how to get up again. We have to start holding their feet to the fire. We have to start being just as present in our own communities as they are.
That's the only one way to do
that. When 12 roll down through your hood and they got a call about a disturbance and they see 20 brothers in black in uniform, like, no, we got it. We've handled it.
They gonna shoot them niggas.
They got right to bear arms too. They got rights to bear arms too.
See, this I hear kind of where you coming from, but see, this is my thing on that.
At what cost?
We can't do that shit because they gonna find a way to motherfucking turn that shit around and try to cream us. What they got to do? I'm not saying that we can't go out and police our neighborhoods. I'm not saying that because I think that's a valuable point you make. But I think the way we do it is through, like we were speaking before. I feel it's through a knowledge base because see. It's just the way it is, and I understand what you're saying. How long do we got to duck? How long do we got to get? How many times? Okay, it's time to find strategies to where you don't have to do
that's
it.
me naming a strategy.
But we're gonna have to do that.
That is a strategy.
Yeah, but that strategy right there gonna bring some.
It's an effective one.
I mean, it's gonna bring some effective shit where niggas don't have to be shooting. Because if you tell me right now,
this is
what I'm saying though. But this is what I'm saying though.
They shooting anyway.
I understand that, but that's gonna definitely help it out. You already looked at it as the enemy. So I'll pull up on the spot and there's 12, 20 y'all outside and all black. Man, I'm scared.
Wait a minute. Now,
I'm gonna
add on to it.
I wouldn't give a damn if y'all said.
I'm gonna add on to it, right? Not only is it 12 brothers in all black armed, the call. Let me finish. The call that they got, the person that was in distress comes out and says, "It's cool now." They took care of it, and wait a minute, hold on, and I thanked them.
That's not gonna matter.
Let me finish. Yeah, it does matter because what I'm getting to is this. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Before you get
let me get my point. Let me get my point.
But you kind of stopped me on my shit though.
Pardon me, right quick. I'm gonna give it back to you. You know, the police don't really want to deal with the bullshit that they deal with. So if there's a situation, and I know that from experience, I know that from 2 years working in the Jets, when the cops blew down, and they say, "Well, oh, y'all got it. Y'all good? We're gone." If they come to a community,
you weren't armed.
That's not the point. I worked for a team that was armed. I worked with a team that was armed.
But that's
wait a minute, hold on, man, because that's really the irrelevant point of it. What I'm saying is that when they see that a disturbance or a civil dispute has been mitigated and been dealt with, that's one less bullshit call they got to deal with. This is why they have the attitude they do, and I'm not justifying them in any way. I'm speaking from a psychological aspect. That's what puts them on the us against them mentality because you get up every single day and you deal with the worst of behaviors of people. I get it as a person. As an organization, those kind of things need to be checked from the higher up to make sure their guys actually have the right mind frame to deal with being in a community. See, it can't just be black and white all the time. We got to look at it and diagnose it for what it is. Now, what I'm saying is that if they come to a situation and they see that the community itself, neighborhood watch, community action, is handling the problems in their community that they don't need to escalate it to APD and don't need to escalate it to law enforcement, they'll respect that organization and let them do what they do. Until otherwise.
Okay, well,
I bet bread on that.
If that's the case, then they wouldn't have created the Panthers. That's the case.
Well,
what you mean? And to go to your point,
they created the Panthers because the Panthers wanted their own.
To go to your shit about when you talking about if you got some guns and all the other shit, bro. If you out that motherfucker with guns and they pull up, they's not going. And you say we got this. I wouldn't give a damn who came outside and said, yeah, we cool. They not walking off because for the simple. Hold on, bro. Because for the simple fact is, you've already seen that when they did the little take. I had the white dude walking on the street with the AR-15. They ain't fuck with him, but when the black dude had the AR-15, they lost their fucking minds. So what I'm saying, if you talking about a group of people, if they come to a neighborhood that's not affluent in the first place, they don't want to come in this motherfucker. They see all these black people with standing with, and they got pistols and all that, like you saying, bro, that's not gonna go good. That's not gonna go good. I just saying, the way it's, I'm not saying don't have your guns. I'm not saying don't be a group that go in their community and help clean their community. I'm not saying that either. But what I'm saying is it's a better way to doing it than sitting there spooking these motherfuckers. Because you somebody they got called, they're not just gonna dip off because a person came outside and said they cool. That ain't gonna happen. It's not in this day and age. I'm sorry, they'll be too frightened.
You're not seeing what the kids are doing and how disrespectful they are towards the police. I see it every night. You know I live in the hood. They have no respect for the law, and it's white and black. I want to tap it, but I don't want to mess up the screen.
I see what he's. I mean,
I get what you're saying,
man. That's why I always base everything on. It got to be a knowledge based thing. That's why I put everything on it because see, it's okay. I don't have a problem with us being strong and us standing up and us even bearing arms in certain situations. I get it, but I'm saying it got to start at a mental level because see, until the minds get right, all that other shit don't mean nothing. Okay. Because they're not going to see that. They're not going to read that because their minds doesn't read that. We got to reach out on their level. And like I said, I feel you can go in the situation in the neighborhood and see that. Come on, man, try to bop. Mm-hmm. You know, we got to clean this up. But how do we work towards that? You know what I'm saying? Being forceful with someone that's already scared of you, and they also have more resources than you. To me, that's not smart. It's
no matter who you are.
Because for one, you're already scared. Like I just said, you're already scared. So therefore, when I come to you, I'm coming to you with reason.
Right.
We done lost people who came to him with reason. With reason. So what you think they're gonna do with people that come to with force? That's what I'm saying. So I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's a thin line. It's a thin line, and you have to toe that line very carefully, because when you toe that line and you send out certain messages, you never know what impressionable ears are hearing, and you never know what impressionable eyes are watching.
So the first action is creating an environment to have that kind of dialogue with those very people you're talking about.
I agree with that.
You have to. Now, the example I gave as far as a community armed police force, obviously, pardon me, my Aries nature, I go A to Z. Z is the sum result. I'm saying eventually to get to the point to where there is our own community enforcement of our own that's entrusted by everybody in that community, good or hood, or however you want to put it. What I'm saying is, okay, first step, yeah, we have to start dialoguing. We have to be able to start getting into the problems and the mindsets and the struggles that folks in the community deal. Why are they doing these things? Why do you see life this way?
They don't see no hope.
Well,
they don't. These cats don't see hope. Listen, man. We live in it. Listen, man. This is my personal opinion. The shit we doing now, even though we talking to y'all, this shit to fuck the world up. Like real shit. Because it ain't enough positive messages coming through these things.
Real spit.
That ain't what's coming through these.
Real spit.
This here, and I'm not saying I want y'all to like. Don't get me wrong. We want you to like us because this shit helps a nigga out. Appreciate you. But the point is, if we was on here talking about somebody getting fucked up or the bullshit going on, that motherfucking view, that lie thing might be like this. I'm saying, come on, man. When you spread knowledge, we got to get to the point where we want knowledge. The main thing, and this is somewhat of another topic, but I'm just gonna touch it real fast. What black people need to understand, we need to understand what our bottom line is. We need to figure out what our bottom line is. And until we figure out our bottom line, man, in my opinion, we're gonna be going each and every way. You see what I'm saying? Because if the bottom line from our discussions, regardless if we agree or not, if our bottom line is to better the race, better the community,
right,
then who gives a fuck how we get there? But I can't always be mad at you because they're putting your ideas at the forefront and my ideas. Maybe my ideas are later ideas and your ideas are more forefront ideas, and vice versa. We have to get, in my opinion, we got to understand our bottom line and realize that we're our bottom line. We don't realize that yet, in my opinion. And until we see that, it's going to be a lot of difficulties.
What's up, cuz? You said you got to agree with him because the Panthers are a perfect example. Anytime we group up, they get scared and things happen. Now, I hear where both of y'all coming from. Let's keep in mind, though, the Panthers were more than just brothers in arms with shotguns out in the street. Your government assistance programs of WIC, school lunch programs, all of these things came out of the minds of the founding members of the Black Panther Party that the government later took and adapted into their own. Okay? So
that's funny too.
So
find out about that, y'all. That's funny.
What I'm saying is this. Ain't no solution that we collectively come to gonna be a smooth road. None of them. So let's get the idea that we're going to come into a position of self-love and self-respect and self-independence without bloodshed. Let's get that out our heads.
Oh,
let's get that out our heads.
But I mean, that's what's understood. Don't need to get explained on
that. So at the same time, though, you have to have a set course of action and a purposeful course of action, and one that meets the demand of the problem. We are being killed because we are clearly the undesired. So, out of a desire of loving ourselves, we have to defend ourselves and protect ourselves in every aspect, economically, intellectually, socially, financially, and just physically.
But first, we got to learn how to stop walking into the mouth of the beast.
And
because like you said, like you're saying, you make a good point about, we already looked at, strong, so we got to get those things together. But, bro, until you realize that ain't the way to go, bro. Like, see, this is what bothers me, man. Like, it's for us, we got to stop looking at knowledge as something that we don't need. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We don't use knowledge the way we need to use knowledge. I've been guilty of it. You know what I'm saying? It's things that's happening to us because we don't know. You understand what I'm saying? It's things we haven't put people in position to really help us. We haven't put ourselves in the position to help ourselves. You understand what I'm saying? All those things, those are great, but we really got to put ourselves in those positions so we can actually see the fruit from those labors. You understand what I'm saying? Because we're so used to seeing negative fruit, so we're getting negative labor, so we getting negative fruits.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So,
and that's exactly what Thomas is asking. I mean, y'all actually are spot on, right on time. He said, he sees a group of respectful kids, and then when they're in a group of others, they fall into the ratchetness. Well,
ain't that not? Hold on for a second. But you know what's funny about that, Tom? You know what's funny about that shit? And when you got a group of white folks,
yeah.
On the other hand,
when they're by themselves,
they like, we hate this shit. This shit isn't right.
But then when the shit happens, they like
white privilege.
So
you see what I'm saying? And that's crazy. So see that right there, to me, that's a people thing. See, certain things are race things.
It's a people
and certain
thing.
things are people things.
It's a people thing.
And see that shit right there, those are people things. You have to be able to stand up in a group to say, hey man. Like when you were saying, remember the someone piggyback, when you see something wrong, you want to say it's something in you that says, hey, that's some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? We do have to get to that stance. But like I said, it has to be it has to be
Let it go. Let it go. Let it
go. You try to hold it off. Tell y'all see how he curved his body and shit. But anyway, but the point is, but it's a people thing, a accountability thing, man. Like I said, black people, we got to start paying attention to each other and helping each other. And you know what? It's not. We got to want the pass. You know what I'm saying? You got to want the pass, and you got to want to pass the ball.
Right.
And black people and white people, y'all got to chill out with this no look passing shit. And that's y'all's problem. Fuck it, you know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta get that shit out, man. It's just what it is, man.
Quit goaltending.
I'm saying, right. Goaltending like a motherfucker, man. Like, come on, man. And it's offensive goaltending. Like, what are you taking points away, man? What you doing? You know what I'm saying?
I don't like when he shoots.
Right. Even though he's a better shooter, I don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? He's 90% from the free throw line. I'm 85. I mean, I'm 62.
But,
fuck out of here, man.
But you know, at the same time, man, I mean, like you said, it's a human factor.
Yeah.
And this is why the solution, you have to realize that you're dealing with a war on a conscious level,
right,
and a war on a subconscious level,
and a spiritual level. Shit.
And the combination of the two affects your spirit. When you see another person, when you're in an environment that, let's say a dark neighborhood, I don't mean it, no pun intended, I'm talking about poorly lit neighborhood, shit, a poorly lit neighborhood, a high crime area,
no street lights,
and you're walking and you see another individual approach, the fact that the first thing that naturally comes to our mind is to have defenses ready.
Or get across the side of the street.
The simple fact that we have that mindset is a reflection of two things. The habit that everybody's out at that time of night.
Ain't shit.
Because they don't all join the ain't shit club.
They have.
And some of them joined out of fear of being ridiculed. Some of them joined out of not being cast out for being different. For those of y'all that remember me in high school, y'all probably would describe me as the nerd with the attitude, the nerd with the temper.
The nerd
with the temper. But I was
you pulling knives and shit out of your pocket protector.
Hey man, we're not speaking on that. We're not speaking on that.
I've never heard that before.
We're not speaking on that.
The nerd with the temper.
We're not speaking on that.
You definitely had pocket protector knives.
No, I didn't have pocket protectors. I had trapper keepers, man. But we're not speaking on that. What I'm saying is this.
I ain't never heard it like that.
I grew up with a mind frame of, I gotta be me. Whether y'all like it, whether you don't like it, whether you can crack jokes about it or put me in an embarrassing light, the principle that I stood on was I had peace of mind with who I was. And we're living in a society now where our children are growing up, even and some of our adults are victims of being products of having their influences shoved down their throat, being told how they're supposed to be, who they're supposed to act like, and what is accepted. What's accepted isn't always what's right. But because it's accepted, they're safe from judgment. You see what I'm saying? That's a lot of reason why a lot of people follow. And until we can start making positivity popular, until we can start right.
You said nerds with attitudes.
Until we
I'm telling you, because that's hilarious. I've never heard that put that way.
What
are you talking about? We're not going to get on that. We're not going to get on that.
No, we ain't going on the knives. I was saying we're going to get on the knives. I was not talking about the knives. That's what I was not talking about.
We going to get on it. Hey, Truth Be Told Radio, man.
Truth Be Told Radio. Okay. Hey, you know what? I kept playing. Hey, you know what?
I'm saying, who did, nigga?
You know what I'm saying?
Did?
I mean, in high school.
Who did?
Well, hey.
I mean,
what it is.
Listen, man. We went to book though, man. We went to book. I'm not trying to cast aspersions on book though. But we went to book
1040 in the building.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, man. Listen, in your environment, you got to adapt to the bullshit.
Right.
So, it is what it is. So I mean, like I say, you got. I agree with you 100%. You have to be who you are, and when you find out who you are, You have to accept it and excel with it.
You have to value it.
You have to value it and excel with it.
And the reason why we're dealing with the things we're dealing with is because no one has put a price tag on
self-worth.
Exactly.
Yep. But
that's why they're hopeless. This is why they're hopeless, bro.
Let me hit you with this then. Since ain't nobody put a value on self-worth.
They have.
And we haven't. I'm talking about as far as how through our eyes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because see, we can't go through their eyes of value on self-worth, because if we go through their value of eyes of self-worth, we not even worth shit.
No, wait. Not to cut you off. We're worth, on average, anywhere from $150,000 to $275,000 a year to them. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because your birth certificates are monetized. When they go and they go borrow money.
I ain't talking about.
I'm saying the system.
I'm not talking about monetary.
Well,
I'm talking about. You're speaking on self. You were speaking on self-worth as far as us. So what I'm saying is that's what I'm talking about. They don't have that value on us. You know, they don't have that value.
They got bounties on our heads.
And the fact of the matter with us, we have to look at ourselves in the light of, well, since you don't feel this about me, I feel this about me. But it's not enough of us doing that. And when you do, like you said, intelligence has to become valid. Intelligence now that whenever you see a brother trying to speak good or trying to do some shit right, he get cream.
It's always somebody waiting to try
and cream. Every time you know a word, they gonna cream. Oh, this nigga no.
You spelled it wrong.
I read a book, dude. I read a book. Like, and the fact of the matter is so much knowledge out here. Mm-hmm. And the only way we gonna get to the form that we want to get to the platform we want to get to is by equipping ourselves with the knowledge of everything. We have to know the knowledge of, like you said, the agricultural, begin with the A. What's the word I'm looking for? Building shit. Motherfucker build with A. Architectural. So we had to work with the mind. We need to know how to defend ourselves. It's a lot of things that need to be known. Indeed. You know what I'm saying? And what's so crazy is they're there, but you're always looked at as, why are you trying to do that? Like, what you trying to make? Why you trying to be somebody else? Why you trying to be that? No, I'm not trying to be somebody else. I'm trying to figure out what I am and what works for me to help move forward. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you move forward, it's something like it's like you're looked at as you're wrong. Like, why won't you stay where it's destitute? Why won't you stay where it's fuck? You have to stay here. If you don't stay here, then you don't give a fuck. No, I do give a fuck. I give a fuck enough that I want to pull myself up out of this.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And we have to look at that. And a lot of times we get upset with people we see pulling them up. We always want to say, only reason he got this because he kissed ass to do this. Only reason this happened because he got this. In life, you need breaks.
The only reason that you have time to see and judge how he got to where he was, you want me to get back to that? I'm going to touch on it. The only reason that you have time to observe and see what the next man did and try to judge how they did it, because you're not spending that same time to put yourself there. And that's just keeping it all the way real. I don't have time to pocket watch what the next man is doing. I'm congratulating everybody as they progress up. I hope that everybody represents themselves and where they came from in the process. But at the same time, I can't sit on the sidelines. I can't be the salty dude looking like I can't look like old boy from Belly eating the day. I can't look like Kane with the banana.
Yeah, he was tripping.
You know what I'm saying?
That shit.
But to touch on, you know what I'm saying, I think this is what Justin was asking me to finish elaborating. Our birth certificates and our social security numbers are seen as monetized credit on the New York Stock Exchange. When the government goes and takes out loans from world banks, they have to present some form of collateral. And what they factor into their collateral is the potential number of employed citizens in this country, because that affects the gross national product. That affects the gross national output. This is how much money we're potentially worth. And this is why they're able to spend so much money in the prison systems versus the college and educational system, is because the college system is a system that potentially generates debt from its citizens. The prison system is an institution that potentially generates wealth for the commerce, because these workers are free labor. You see what I'm saying? So all these businesses that rally in and give parts of their manufacturing bids to the prison colonies and prison systems are getting money made hand over fist. So my point is that we don't see a value in ourselves. And because they know we don't see a value in ourselves, they've reduced us to our lowest common denominator, which is a monetary figure. This is why it's easy to get everybody locked up for petty shit. You get a number, we got you. That's a bit of time that you're going to spend working for us. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And as they say, you're destroyed by what you don't build. And if we don't value ourselves enough to believe that, hey, my idea can feed my kids one day, or my ideas can help clean up my neighborhood. If you don't believe in yourself enough to have that, then yeah, you look at the world like it's hopeless. 15 years old has no reason in proper perspective to have already checked out. You haven't lived enough to say, I've reached my potential. But when you see kids like that do, and you go look at their situations and you go, man, they didn't have not one positive influence around them. And the ones that they could have were the people that stayed back to the side and said, not my business. And this is why I say it's important for us to be able to say, you know what, at risk of life or limb, we have to. If we love ourselves and value ourselves as a people, as a society, as a culture, as a heritage, as a family, we have to be able to say, yo, damn the consequences sometime. Because if no one says damn the consequences, then it'll never get easier for the next person to go, I can help out without having to face those consequences.
So when you say when you say damn the consequences, like to what extent are we saying damn the consequences?
Okay, I'm saying damn the consequences to the extent of the fact that I can't focus on what extent. If you follow what I'm saying. To the extent that I can't focus on what extent the consequences are for doing what's right, because it's bigger than me. Somebody out here stepped up one day, Good Samaritan, intervened in a situation, probably had a beautiful family he took care of, and decided to try and do something right, and lost his life and lost his position as a husband, a provider, a dad, and a family grieved that. And that same family may have built a foundation in his honor. And that same family's foundation that was built in his honor may have wound up helping another 200, 300, 400, 500 other kids. And some of those kids that came out of that may have taken the inspiration of that man's story and started their own. So what I'm saying is it sucks that somebody's going to lose their life doing what's right. But hopefully more lives are saved from it. We have to start thinking like that, man. We have to. And it's a heavy choice, but it's either that or what? Continue to see this shit? To continue to see these situations constantly inflicted upon us, and we're constantly bemoaning and griping and mad. We yell, we go march, we protest, and we stand in the streets and we throw rocks at the police, and then we go back to it all over again. Wash, rinse, repeat.
Mindset. Always boil down to mindset, man. Like I said, I feel you coming from. I hear that, and it's a good. You're right. It ain't really too much I really can say to that. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, it always boils down to the mindsets. You know what I'm saying? And the shit sound good. It look good on paper. You know what it is? When you be talking that shit, it sound like a pretty ass roster. We got all the players, but don't nobody want to follow the plays. You see what I'm saying? So that's the only part about it and shit. You know what I mean?
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? We got a hell of a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Got a hell of a receivers. We got a defensive line. Got offensive line. We got safeties. We even got a good DB coordinators. But the fact of the matter is, don't nobody want to say, "Hut." You can't never run a play.
You know what?
Man.
You know what? I hear that. I hear that. But I'm gonna counter it with this. we're on the wrong field because, or we're in the wrong arena because you go to other progressive parts of the country, and
but this is our arena. We can't change.
no, but what I'm saying, I mean, I want you to follow me though. What I'm saying is that there are others that see this. Detroit, man. I mean, believe it or not, you know, that economic downturn that Detroit went through sparked a renaissance. You have a lot of organizations, brothers that are out in the streets, beating the pavement, trying to change things. They're arming up. I don't mean just in weapons. I'm saying they're banding up in numbers and trying to change the narrative of their cities and their environments. We have to realize that it may look like a desert or a wasteland here, but these kind of networks, we have to expand. And I don't mean just move. What's up, Smooth? You know what I mean? We have to be able to realize that with things like the internet, that we are able to connect and organize and support. And when I mean support, I don't just mean, hey, shout out to them. I mean support. We have to be able to support these wider, broader networks and bodies of conscious and positive individuals so that that voice does become one. You see what I'm saying?
Like I say, man.
I mean,
it ain't shit to say with that. I mean,
you know?
it is what it is. Like I said, the fact of the matter is, it's all about the play. Got to get ran, man.
Well, let's run it.
That's all there is to it. The play got to get ran.
Let's run it.
You know what I'm saying?
What time we got?
Huh?
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? That's the best way I look at it, man. I mean,
let you close your mouth.
You know what I'm saying? This nigga here, man. He classic.
Truth be told, radio, baby.
Classic, man.
I love this. I love this.
Man, look, man. Look, he just summed it up for y'all. You heard what he said. He put it out there. I told you, he put a perfect play out there, man. You know what I'm saying? It's time to run these routes, man. Sometimes you got to call the audible, baby. For people that know their terms in the sports, they know what I'm talking about. Listen, y'all, my whole take on it is, let's get conscious, man. Let's understand what's going on. Let's put ourselves in positions to win, man. You know what I mean? Right now, we're trying to put ourselves in a position to win so we can win. You know what I'm saying? As a community and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Trying to bring y'all good stuff, trying to get y'all stuff to think. Keep your minds open, keep your thoughts open. You know what I mean? That's Tank with a C, though. T-A-N-C. Appreciate you. But thank you for the shout out. Appreciate you. But yeah, but we gotta get our mindsets in the right path, man. It sounds good when we talk about it, man. But we gotta get our minds in the right path, man. We gotta believe in each other, and brothers gotta stand with brothers, and sisters gotta stand with sisters, and we all gotta stand together.
No doubt.
All this pointing finger saying he ain't doing this, she ain't doing this, but you know what? They ain't doing the damn thing either. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully y'all caught that. You know what I'm saying? The point is, let's get better. Let's be smarter, man. And like I always say, before we get up out of here, man, let's love each other, man. And we gone, man. Tank 2-0.
Peace.
We gone, baby. We gone. We out. We leaving. See you later.
Stop it.
See you later.